I'm joined by my guest, Greg Turkington.
Hey guys, good to be here for another great episode of On Cinema.
And also to acknowledge, I'm here with my acupuncturist, Dr. San, who's agreed to join me here. I guess I should say he's needs to be here. He's been monitoring me for the past 24 hours, and I guess I just started with what is acupuncture yesterday, and you can see I've got some evidence here in my face of the where they put the needles. And Dr. San, thanks for helping me out. Hopefully, you could maybe tell quickly, since we want to get to the movies, but quickly go through what you've been working on with me and how my condition rates in terms of how am I doing and everything.
Well, you have a little bit of when I feel your pulse and I check your tongue, your liver is a little bit overactive, so you have a little bit of liver fire, and so I'm kind of trying to smooth the liver, so it doesn't mess up your digestion, and so you don't.
So in other words, the whole thing is very holistic.
Completely.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's going to be here for the show and probably for next few shows, and hopefully you can get something out of what we do as much as we can get something out of your expertise, knowledge in terms of acupuncture. Talked about a little bit about the use of medicine now and the way medicine is sort of being mismanaged in people's lives and the irresponsibility that goes through in Western medicine.
Well, so quickly doctors prescribe heavy meds, just to balance out emotions, and they're probably killing the artists of the future.
Really?
Yeah, because you're just kind of going through life in this gray tone.
Yeah.
You're not going to make that movie that you might have made.
Right. Well, foot is still like a lot of shooting pain now.
It's normal.
It's normal. Right now, I'm interested in my acupuncture, which is a very interesting subject. I think people are going to really clang on to that. But I don't want it to just be about that. We talk about movies and reviews, but why not expand and talk about whatever's going on in the world right now? He has to be here anyways. Why not include him? Why not? It would be awkward for me not to.
You can't be away from him for 5 minutes so we can talk about these movies?
Not for 72 hours. He says he needs to be very close so he can monitor my
Well, I've never
pulse.
heard of anything like that before in my life. I mean, you've got Siskel and Ebert. Those guys both had severe medical conditions, and I never saw any doctors by their sides. They reviewed the movies. They kept their personal life
case in
personal.
Case in point.
That's
case
how
in point. Case in point. If they'd had, maybe they'd be alive today.
That show was on for 30 years. I don't think this one will be.
All right. Well, I don't care what you think about this. All right. If you don't want to come on the show, don't come on the show. Dr. San's going to be with us. He's now part of the show. He's a permanent member of the team on Cinema Family. And by the way, don't discount alternative medicine because you get a lot more out of it than just regular typical medicine, which is now a part of Obamacare. And I don't have to even pay insurance with this because I have to pay for it on my own. Because health care is a privilege, it's not a right. And anybody that thinks differently doesn't know what they're talking about. Thanks for watching. Alternative medicine. Being healthy on my terms. Forget Obamacare, you can use acupuncture. Natural green medicine using herbs. Dr. San is with us. Let's talk alternatives. I can feel that. Hi everybody, welcome to a new episode of On Alternative Medicine on Cinema, starring myself, Tim Heidecker, as the host. I'm joined by Dr. San, my acupuncturist, and also Greg Turkington, who we'll be talking about movies a little bit later on. Feel better. Feel sort of whatever you're talking about there with the liver and everything. He's putting pins in me like I'm a voodoo doll, mostly focusing on the face, and it's been I guess natural for this sort of.
Your body's filled with a lot of toxins, and so we're just releasing those toxins.
Right.
And so they're expressing themselves.
I kind of feel like I'm a high school kid with the pepperoni or the pizza face, but zits don't hurt this much, so I sort of feel like I've been cut. My face has been cut with a knife or something. Anyways, thank you, Dr. San. Appreciate you being here and getting me back in best shape of my life. Yeah. Any thoughts on my blood clots in my brain, of making sure they're not going to ever come back? Is there anything we can do to kind of preemptively?
I thought we were doing movies.
We are, Greg. Chill out. You ever seen The Tonight Show? They have different segments. Is there any way to preventative medicine, in other words?
Yeah, so we'll tonify your blood and we'll smooth your liver chi and get rid of the fire.
Right. So, and by the way, one thing I love about acupuncture is that it's not something insurance covers. I pay for it out of my own pocket because I do believe that healthcare is a privilege, and it's $50 a session, and I'm doing it several times a day. So it's not something that I'm expecting somebody else to pay for, AKA the government Obamacare. So if you have health problems, see an acupuncture. Greg?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It's sort of The Hangover in Manhattan, if you will. It's a comedy. It's got a good cast. These bachelors get in a lot of trouble. Guys do that sometimes. It's fun. I would give it 5 bags of popcorn, and I'll throw in a couple of dirty acupuncture needles, of which obviously there are several in the studio today, causing Tim to have infected sores on his face. I think your doctor uses dirty needles.
Well, never mind that. Thank you for the review. What'd you give it, 5 bags?
5 bags.
Yeah. Up next we have Labor Day, directed by Jason Reitman, with Kate Winslet, Josh Brolin, Tobey Maguire, Clark Gregg, 2 names there, Greg, James, and Greg, ow. Wow. There's a bit of like a spark, electric shock. Ow! All right, can you turn it off? Mm-hmm. It's my foot. Ow! Ow! Take it out, please. Take the needles out. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sand. Oh, what a shock.
No laughing matter what happens to this family in this movie, and I hope it never happens to any of our viewers. And you do have to worry about this sort of thing happening when you pick up hitchhikers and that sort of thing. So it's kind of a cautionary tale.
And I want to apologize to the audience for my appearance. I have they call it stage 3 infection on my face from Dr. Sand's needles. Apparently Dr. Sand, I hate using the word doctor because it's not true, has been using needles that were not sanitized properly.
Needles, Dr. Sand.
Yes. And by the way, if anybody out there knows where he is, I need to speak with him. And my lawyer needs to speak with him as well, and so does the police. If anyone sees him, may he be found and arrested and prosecuted, put in jail for abuse of needles. He's a bad guy.
Yes, he is.
We're never going to talk about him again.
And I need to tell you something. Dr. Luther, you've never met this guy that she's been working for a year and a half?
No, I've heard of him speak. She spoke kindly of him. That's about all I can say.
So you don't know who he is?
It's my wife's boss.
I got a candid photo from the picnic, and he looked very familiar to me, and I think you'll see why.
You just make this a Photoshop?
No, that's from the picnic on Saturday, the wellness picnic.
That's Dr. Sand. That's not
Yeah,
Dr. Luther.
that's Dr. Sand.
What's she doing with Dr.
That's what
Sand?
I wanted to tell you. The second I saw him, I recognized him. This Dr. Luther that Ayaka's been talking about, in fact, is Dr. Sand, who ruined several episodes of our show.
You don't know
and
this
had
guy,
you in
Dr.
welts.
Sand. He's the most wanted man in America. He's fooled me. He fooled our audience. He's wanted by us. My wife, my soon-to-be wife, is been working as a secret agent almost under.
Well, I don't know if I don't think she knows.
She's duplicitous.
I don't think she knew anything about Dr. Sand. I don't think she watched the episodes with Dr. Sand, but if she had, she would have told you.
I've been looking for this asshole for 2 years, and you're telling me he's been right under my nose this whole time?
Dr. Luther is
Get
Dr.
the fuck
Sand.
out of here! Right now, I'm interested in my acupuncture. Dr. Sand's going to be with us. He's now part of the show. He's a permanent member of the team on Cinema Family. Dr. Sand is with us! Thank you, Dr. Sand. I do believe that healthcare is a privilege. I sort of feel like my face has been cut with a knife. And it's my foot. Ow! Disrespectful to Dr. Sand.
Well, I don't really care about Dr. Sand.
I have they call a stage 3 infection on my face from Dr. Sand's needles. If anybody out there knows where he is, may he be found and arrested, prosecuted, put in jail.
Dr. Luther, you've never met this guy that she's been working for a year and a half? She would have told
I've been looking
you.
for this asshole since for 2 years, and you're telling me he's been right under my nose this
Dr.
whole
Luther
time?
is
Get
Dr.
the f- out
Stan.
of here! Hi everybody, welcome to my on cinema. It's not on cinema today. It's a I should just put this away. Let me get to it. It's a new show for today called the Dr. Sand Forgiveness Special. Welcome. I want to welcome my guests. It's going to be a tricky show for us, but I want to get through a lot of stuff because last week has been hard. I want to welcome Greg Turkington from the Victorville Film Archive.
Hey guys.
Joe Estevez here, who's going to, as you guys know from Decker, and President Jason Davidson is here, who's also going to be helping me moderate today and get kind of, I'm sure you've had to forgive somebody in your past?
I did.
We're not going to dwell on that, but you have you have experience in that department.
Yes.
And finally, my guest is, my main guest, Dr. Sand, Dr. Luther Sand.
Thank you for having me back.
Bring everybody up to speed. Last week, Greg here alerted me that my fiance Ayaka had been working for Dr. Sand for the past couple of years. And there was a little bit of confusion because she had been calling you Dr. Luther Sand, as a Japanese woman would.
Yeah, Luther-san.
Luther-san.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that she was actually saying your full name and that your first name is Dr. Luther.
Yeah, maybe it should have been Luther-san-san.
Yeah,
or
right.
something.
Yeah. And as you guys remember, I had been one of your patients, and you had been treating me for various diseases that I had, and the initial reaction to the acupuncture had been negative. And I overreacted, and we had a falling out. That's one of my biggest regrets after now reconnecting with you.
I'm really sorry about the reaction that expressed itself on your scan.
That's why we're calling this the forgiveness special,
Yeah.
I guess, because we all had made mistakes.
I should have been more clear about how you need to clean your body off ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. What Dr. Sand was explaining to me was that I had come into the process from an impure place. And I had not done some of the stuff that you had advised me to do ahead of time. I kind of wanted to skip through some of that stuff.
Yeah, because the needles were pure gold.
Mm-hmm.
They were like 14 karat gold needles.
I didn't even know that, but that was...
And gold being a pure element, it's impossible for them to be dirty.
Are all the needles gold?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Joe, they were...
So it wasn't. They were good, and when they went in, it was just he didn't take a shower or something. Was that
Something
it?
like that, yeah. But it was my fault, because I should have told them.
You know, we're not here to place blame. We're here to forgive and move on. And it's actually comforting to know that you're out there and you have a great relationship with Ayaka. And I know that you just started seeing my son, Tom Cruise Jr., who has his own set of health problems. And it's just one of those things that I'm glad. I feel so much more relief now that I've got the great doctor here on my side again, advising me for all health concerns.
Yeah.
And what you were talking, this is fascinating. You were talking to me about vaccines. Tell the audience about that.
I mean, it's tricky bringing up a kid these days in today's modern world, because we have so many opinions and voices coming from all around, especially the drug industry.
Oh yeah, the pharmaceutical company, all part of that collusion between big government and the pharmaceutical big business that we call crony capitalism.
Yeah, they're brainwashing us, making us convinced that we're going to go extinct as a species unless we get all these vaccinations.
Right.
And take all their pills to make us happy or sad.
And the
or
shots
whatever.
too. I mean, Tom Cruise Jr. had been getting these vaccination shots, and then I find out from you that millions of kids in this country are dying, every day from these vaccinations.
Yeah, it's very sad.
I was reading the other day, coincidentally, that if you don't take a shower for 3 or 4, even 5 days, that's a good thing in the body. So I was just thinking that
we're not talking about the cleanliness thing right now.
Okay.
We're gonna move on from that. I just want to say, I seek your forgiveness for the way I sort of threw your name through the mud. Joe, thank you for being here.
it's my pleasure.
And
hopefully you can forgive me.
Yeah, my forgiveness is all yours, and I accept your forgiveness, and
Great.
it feels really good.
Yeah,
as
I
it
feel
does
like
to
this thing
forgive.
was hanging over my head for years, this idea that this guy was out there who was trying to kill me, you know? And here you are, as I knew you were, a good doctor, a great doctor, a man that cares about his patients. And it's an emotional thing for me to talk about, because I know that you've been
Wow.
It's good to be back.
Wow.
you've been so, yeah. Anyways, I'm so glad I have the opportunity. I have this forum where I can express myself.
I have a gift for you and the audience about vaccinations and
Yeah.
about how much harm they cause in this world.
This is one of the greatest, I don't want to say books, but pamphlets, informational documents I've ever gotten. Healthy Healing and the Natural Alternative, Just Say No to Vaccination. Access this document. It's incredible. And it's an eye-opener. And I tell you what, I'm going to take Tom Cruise off all that starting today. Medicines, the vaccine, you know, he's got all kinds of medical issues that the doctors are over-prescribing.
Yeah, you know, it's better to just let our bodies, let our own immune system just do their thing.
Yeah, it's amazing what the body can do to cure itself. That's the message you provide. And this is one of the greatest documents I've ever read. It's the key to health, and you can forget about all that other medicine. You don't have to go to the doctor anymore. You follow the words of Dr. Sand. And we talked about this off air, but Dr. Sand's going to be staying with us for the next couple weeks and try to get Tom Cruise up to 100%, which he's definitely nowhere near, because he does have a variety of illnesses that need your direct attention. And you're going to be a guest in our home.
And we're all just going to benefit.
Absolutely. I think that the energy's bouncing off each other, and I'm not going to be around so much because I'm still trying to get this demo finished. But I want to welcome you into my home and and welcome back. You know,
It's good to be back.
welcome back. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Finally, we'd
Popcorn
like
Classics.
to. I'm sorry.
We're doing Popcorn Classics.
No,
said
I know, but we're not going to have time for that because he just told me he's going to play a song for.
But you told me to come out here from Victorville to do, and I could do 2 Popcorn Classics. And
Well, I don't know
I
what to
have
tell
no
you.
reason to be here for this.
We'll
And
get
if I'm not doing the Popcorn Classics.
Okay, Greg, this is the.
It only takes a minute per
This
movie.
is a forgiveness
It takes
special.
2
We don't have
minutes.
time. There's a forgiveness special. Maybe you should.
I forgive you. Now can I do the Popcorn Classics?
Why don't we do your Popcorn Classics first thing up next week? That's how we'll start the show. It'll be unprecedented in On Cinema history. We'll actually begin a show with a Popcorn Classic. All right? We'll do 2 of them, too. Thank you, Greg, for understanding. And now, Dr. Sands, A Song for Peace. Dr. Sand. Yeah, there's nothing to say, really. And finally, Dr. Sand here, who's been with us, me and Ayaka, for the past few weeks trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with him and crack that code. And I'll be honest with you, Doc. From my own eyes, I could see you tried everything. And thank you for being here.
Yeah, sure. I just so sad. I don't know. I wish there was something else we could have done.
Wow, what was there to do? You know, you went through.
Yeah, we cleansed the house, and we went on, foraging for all the herbs ourselves out in your garden. We tried magnets. I thought for sure that was going to pull the iron in his blood back into alignment. So many needles.
No, we did. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. Just did sage, burning sage and everything.
And that just got rid of all the negative spirits. So I really don't know what else we could have done.
You could have just taken him to a real doctor.
I did what I was trained to do. You know that most people, where they get sick, is at the hospital.
But he was already sick. He didn't get this from the hospital. If you'd taken him to the hospital and got a real doctor to look at him, instead of removing the magnets from the fridge or whatever it is that you did, he might still be alive.
It's nobody's fault, and let's not start pointing fingers at each other or what we should have done. But if we would have brought him to the hospital, he would have even been dead quicker.
Yeah, I think 2 things, by the way. The fact that we had those initial round of vaccinations, which I begged Ayaka to avoid doing, and the black mold that existed in that apartment before we moved in.
Yeah,
That could add
probably,
something.
because, when you wipe down all the walls with bleach and stuff. You're actually just, you're killing everything, but you're letting black mold take over.
Yeah, refocusing that negative energy into inward instead of,
Yeah.
Hey, well, just a bummer. Just too bad. I don't know, you were saying something beautiful at the service that kind of blew me away.
Well,
Can't remember most of it, but...
Like when a bolt of lightning strikes in the forest.
It's just a bolt of lightning.
And some of the trees burn down, and you just kind of let the fire burn, and some of the trees end up standing.
And we're standing today and honoring Tom Cruise. Here we go. Well, my heart is broken, and it's turned to black, and my future seems so uncertain, 'cause he ain't coming back. 2, 3, 4, time it. Farewell, Tom Cruise. Miss you, son, and I wish you well. Farewell, Tom Cruise. Miss you, son, you ain't coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Farewell, Tom Cruise. I miss you, son, and I wish you well. Farewell, Tom Cruise. I miss you, son, you ain't coming back to me now. He ain't not coming back. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming All right, we have a special guest we'd like to bring out right now who's going to talk about some new exciting advancements. And
Who's the guest?
come out. It's Dr. San, and he's...
Hey, you guys.
Can you move over? So I don't want him sitting here. We can move.
He can sit here.
No, just
and
get up.
I'll move over, but he can sit next to you.
All right, welcome to the show. Welcome to
Thanks.
Victorville. Did you have a hard time coming out here? Or?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Terrific. So I wanted to talk to you because this doctor has got me on. I was talking to you last week about the challenges we were having writing the record and coming up with the creativity that's required to deliver 7 extra songs. And Dr. San turned me on to this amazing nutritional vape technology. Now this is something you are in partnership with, they're developing. And this right here has changed the game for me. I'll show you how it works. It's just, look at that. Look at that. That is not only creatively stimulating, but it's providing me with nutritional basics, basically.
Tim,
So
this was supposed to be a Popcorn Classics segment on the call sheet that I have.
we're getting to that after this segment. But
Okay.
I just want to share, speaking of popcorn, this nutritional vape system that you've invented now replaces my meals, and I'm not required to no longer eat because the vape liquids in here actually provide on a molecular level the nutrition that I need, and then my body and blood gets to absorb it. And so I basically haven't had a bite to eat in 6 days. I've just been using this.
Yeah, when you eat, your body requires a lot of energy to digest the food that you eat. And with the vaping, it just goes directly into your system.
And this is pure nutrition. And for example, that would be like having a snack.
But what's wrong with digestion?
Well, don't you feel tired sometimes after a big meal?
Yeah.
And that's like a turkey dinner.
And you haven't felt any fatigue or feeling tired like you do after a big meal, right?
No, absolutely. I
Yeah.
have more energy than I've ever had before. There's a psychoactive element in this, which is creating creativity and giving me the ability to write lyrics and music. And what is this? You know, it's like 21st century technology is sort of hacking the actual biosystem. Is that what you were saying to me?
Yeah, well, I tweaked a traditional Chinese formula that was I put some dongchang xiaocao into it, which is a mushroom
I've lost like 15 pounds too.
Yeah.
From when?
Yeah, past like 72 hours.
And the Ma Huang really opens up your lungs and will enable you to sing with your maximum potential.
So my singing's improved, and I wrote a lyric the other day, song lyrics, seven or eight pages of lyrics for a song. And that's like going to be a long song, but I mean, everything rhymes in it, and it's really actually a good song. And it's a drone kind of song, so it's only one chord.
Yeah, you just want to make sure that you drink water too while you're vaping because there's not as much fluid in it.
I could see getting hooked on this too because
It's not
it has-
addictive.
No, I know it's not addictive. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying is this stimulates so much. If I didn't have it, I feel like I'd turn into like a zombie or something. But so I'm addicted to this, not in a literal medical sense, but I don't think I could live without it. And it's very convenient, and it actually has the time on it. Oh, that's the temperature or the watts.
And is this FDA approved?
You know, things take so long when you include all of the bureaucracy, so we might as well.
Like it has that
we don't
immediate
wanna wait for
buzz.
them.
There's an immediate buzz that's very intense, almost a pain. But that fades very quickly, and then sudden positivity and energy come flying through my brain in a very exciting, rapid pace. And I'm almost picturing a six-dimensionality of, common sense, human sense, spiritual sense, as you were saying to me yesterday as we were meditating. And he got me on a meditation zone perspective from using nutritional vape technology that I can access. It's almost like having a key, like your Kingston character, Greg, from Decker, that you can
but, I mean,
unlock the
that's
codes
that's
of
from
brain
training.
technology.
Kington does that from training, military training, not from drugs.
I'm full. It's like I just had a big box of Oreo cookies or something. I feel full and almost sick from it. But it does have a neat flavor to it, too. It tastes like watermelons and grape soda. So thank you for this. Dr. Sand's been my guest. We'll be back next week with more Odd Cinema. So I wanted to talk to you about the TCH vape system that we developed together.
Yes, it's very exciting.
Yeah, we've had some ups and downs with this system in the past.
We have.
And now I think you have dialed it in, and this is just a perfect blend. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
Well, this new blend is 100% Ma Huang free, so we got that heart palpitation.
That was the shit that was
stuff out
driving
of
me
it.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have this friend who started a farm of Bufo alvarius toads, and so he raises the toads out in the desert.
Right.
And or he milks the venom sacs, and we get a little
What?
bit so we put a little bit of Bufo alvarius venom in the mix.
Right.
That helps us regulate our brain waves so they are on the same level as like a master meditator, like a monk who's been in a cave for 20 years.
Wow, so it's good for your
Who's
body.
nuts then?
And what does it do to the folks that are in the audience listening to DKR when they're hearing those beats?
I think they're going to really be into it.
I think so too. Well, if you come down to the Electric Sun Desert Music Festival this weekend in Apple Valley, he will be, you're going to be giving lectures and discussing proper usage and demonstrations. And if you come down, if you get there Friday, we're going to giving away, what is it, 100 of these?
Yeah.
First 100 people to arrive get the entire system. You get the THC vape system dispenser, the oil, cleaning kit, and a USB cable. So we're very excited about that.
Rest in peace to Electric Sun 19. Murdered by a madman. Gone, but we will never forget you.